3, 2.
Hey, boys and girls, welcome back to the Man Cave Classroom. I think that's what this little experiment's official name is, and I kind of like it.
I do too.
Yeah. Today we are going to be looking at fads and fashions. This is one of my favorite lessons to be delivering to you guys because it's really eye-opening about how trends come and go. It's exactly what a fad is. A fad is like a trend that happens for 6 months, 6 years, 6 weeks, 6 days. It comes, it goes. Sometimes they come back. Bell-bottom jeans, for example, are starting to come back now. I don't know why.
Bad idea.
My parents wore them in the 70s, and they
Bad
make fun of them in those
idea.
pictures all the time. But we're going to go through just some of these things that are in style today. And just think about to yourself, like, what is... Come on, it was like a perfect segue.
When we get to the, sorry, my fault. Fads too, because sometimes if that trips you up as a vocabulary word, it's pretty much just, hey, what's cool today?
Yep.
All right. What if we said, hey, what's in style? Now the thing is that usually when you're a new social studies teacher and you're teaching this topic, you start with the fads and fashions of the 20s, and then students are watching it and they're like, oh, well, that seems silly. Oh, well, that seems stupid. So guess what? We're going to look at what's cool today, or what we were able to kind of collectively put together. We're going to look at what's in style of the fads and fashions of today and kind of work backwards. This way we can judge that, and then, you know, you can see how the ridiculousness just spreads over time.
And realize that you're always going to be judged
Yeah,
by what you look like.
always.
Trust me, you guys are going to look back at the pictures of you in middle school right now, and like 10, 15 years from now, you're going to laugh at yourselves big time.
And if you don't, we will
Yeah,
for you.
we
So
will.
here we go. First things first. You are nothing without your cell phone. iPhone.
Yeah, I mean, raise your hand. How many of you have an iPhone? If you raised your hand at home, I made you raise your hand.
So, I mean, with this is like pretty much the center of just about anybody's universe, whether you're a young person or an adult. You know, you guys have the Tick Chat, Twitter game, whatever,
Snapgram.
whatever. And all that's on there where, you know, myself and Mr. Kogan may have like sports-related stuff. Another item that comes up, let's see.
Jordans.
Always in style. This was actually in style a long time ago.
Long time.
When we were in school.
Yep. 87, the first pair came out, I think. It was the red
Red and whites, right. When Mr. Kogan was in middle school and I was in middle school right around the same time, he was probably on the court playing. I was watching from the bench wearing my Jordans. But whatever the case, you know, Air Jordans, that's one of those things. And there's probably other basketball sneakers that we'll have in here where sometimes some of these fads or fashions stand the test of time. I've actually seen like they've done like the retro or the reboots of them or whatever.
Yeah.
These are actually like collector's items too.
And they're really expensive.
Oh, big time.
Oh my God.
God, you gotta be kidding me.
All right. Boys and girls, but mostly boys.
I'm judging you if you wear these. I'm
Crocs.
just gonna put it right there. I don't
Let's start off with
care.
Crocs.
Oh man, really?
You look like Mr. Surdy.
Oh,
He wears Crocs too.
punk card pulled.
Think of that the next time you're putting these on.
Oh boy, did you ever have a pair? Or?
Never.
Okay,
Never.
Flip flops, much easier.
Yes.
Yes, grown men.
More
wear that.
sanitary.
Oh, here we go.
Fortnite.
Fortnite. When we look at games.
I know it was really big. Fortnite was really big a couple years ago, and then it kind of faded out. And I know my 7th grader at home, he's really getting back into it because it's like a new chapter or season or whatnot. I don't know. I do have 190 solo wins on Fortnite, so yeah, I play too.
So anyway, oh, here we go. I mean, this is a perfect example of, you know,
Of a
a
fad.
fad going in and coming right out. Because, I mean, luckily for us, when these were kind of popular, it was towards the end of the school year,
Yeah.
which was great.
Again, I mean, raise your hand at home if you had at least one of
Oh,
these.
yeah.
I guess for you guys, it was probably more 5th grade
Right.
when these were really big, but I bet most of you had one.
I was surprised we didn't get doctor's notes saying that these should be allowed to be used in class.
Oh,
Okay.
worse.
So they were in style for a little bit. Even 7-Eleven's really capitalized on this for a
Yep.
while. Oh, the slime.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, is it still?
Not as much. Not as much. Borax, main ingredient in some of it.
Yep.
You know, as we saw, put on meat and up the Sinclair.
I was just going to bring that up.
Yeah,
Add the
you are.
box, right? Remember games? The games is really just, it's changed. We started off with Atari a long time ago.
ColecoVision.
ColecoVision.
Yeah, that's what I had.
We thought Nintendo was pretty dope too.
Yeah,
And
Mario
then-
Brothers. That
yep.
was like the game of all games.
Then there became the what was the first Nintendo came out the first like remote one, right? And then there was like a PSP or
PlayStation.
PlayStation.
Now it's like PS4. I think we have.
I even have
Xbox.
I have a small one still around, right?
Right.
So I mean, the game systems you see they're going to
It is
change.
PS4,
Right.
Xbox.
I mean, the thing is, when the Atari, which I think sometimes they kind of try to bring back or reboot, the games alone are pretty incredible. And it says a lot to the technology where you're starting off with, your little Pac-Mans and your tanks and the little dots and now, pretty much you have a game chair with a headset and you can trash talk.
And yeah, like you could put yourself into NBA 2K20.
I could put the headphones on.
Yeah.
I could shoot some kid in Halo who lives in Japan.
Yeah.
All right, so.
Oh God.
Yeah. Ooh.
The bane of my existence in the 2019-2020 school year.
I don't know
I
much
cannot
about
stand.
this. Don't
Yeah,
know
Mr.
much.
Heeg missed a lot of the school year this year. Thanks for serving our country.
I
And,
wouldn't say I was
but
missing
like
if this was
kids
involved.
walking down the hallway like, I don't. And you know who I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about.
TikTok.
In my class, in the back room, all day long.
Well, maybe with the absence from school, maybe this would be the positive thing that comes from this. Maybe this goes out of style.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, coronavirus will
this is
eliminate
a fad that goes away quickly.
Fingers crossed. Remember you know what? I miss these.
I do.
Because here's the thing. You were able to put your whole music collection. I know you're a runner, and they made them like really small.
Yep. The iPod Shuffle.
Right, and then I was able to just put it on my belt, and that was it. It was really small. Now, if I go running, I have to have like an iPad on my shoulder. Not fun.
True story.
Oh,
Converse All-Stars. I rocked these big time in 1985, 1986. I wanted to be just like the legendary Bob Cousy of the 50s and 60s Boston Celtics.
Larry Bird wear these too? Or?
Bird wore 'em for
Yeah,
a little while.
yeah.
For a little while.
Now, the thing with Chuck Taylors and the Converse is that these have constantly been in style,
Yeah.
out of style. I mean, I've seen students wearing the low top version of them.
Yep.
They're pretty cool. Oh man.
It's like-
Yeah. Okay. I'll fracture a hip doing that. You're nuts. And there's a T-shirt for this.
Apparently.
Okay, add it to the burn pit. Remember this?
No, I try to forget it every day.
This is how
of my
long
life.
we've been doing this, because we get into dancing, and of course you're gonna laugh at the dances from the 1920s. I mean, the Soldier Boy, you had to go like backwards.
I don't even. I would break a hip.
Okay, we'll eliminate this for next time.
Oh,
gosh, yeah.
another huge fad from like 2 or 3 years ago.
Yep.
Again, you guys are probably in 4th or 5th grade. It was like, oh my God, I capped it when you landed on the cap. You know what I mean? Like, again, comes and goes. Did not enjoy this one.
No, remember cafeteria duty with that? Yeah.
The dab. Big time, the dab.
So now you're going to look at dances from the 20s and you're going to judge. And I just want to tell you, okay, you can't judge when you got something like this going on. Was this a dance or just a...
No, this was actually, I believe it was started by a doctor, because the dab actually stood for Defense Against Bacteria. And it was a way that he was teaching his children to sneeze into their arms instead of like covering their mouths when they coughed.
I hope they remove his medical license.
I know, but now it's like, yeah. Ugh. All right,
I am
next.
dumber for having known that.
Oh,
What's
the
it
invisible. This is the invisible box challenge.
How's this going?
It's I'll fall,
Uh-huh.
but you had to pretend like there was a box right here,
Right.
And you had to like step up and over it, something like that. But it was like a big thing on like Instagram, TikTok, whatever. The cinnamon challenge. Remember the cinnamon challenge? You had to eat cinnamon.
God, jeez.
And then the Tide Pod challenge. They had those really, really. And I find out any of my students did the Tide Pod challenge, I will find you.
Okay, so now that we've judged you and made fun of all these fads and fashions from the last few years, let's look back at what was really popular in the 20s. And, listen, a lot of these fads and fashions, we had a good time making fun of them because, well, it's just easy. You're going to have an easy time making fun of these as well, but, you can kind of see how certain things are going to play into fads and fashions. Society at the time, technology, music plays a lot into that. What celebrities are doing, how certain people are dressing at certain time periods. So you'll see how some of that's going to play a factor. Just as today, you're going to see it in the 20s.
And I'm going to be posting a video of the fads and fashions of the 1920s. I was saying to Mr. Hugh before,
Yeah.
I wish this would be like, if I knew how to do it, hey, click on the link below. I just don't know how to do that
We'll
right
figure
now.
it out. It's
We'll
fine.
figure it out, but I will post a really cool video about the fads and fashions of the 20s.
So let's start with some dancing here. We get the Charleston. Nah, I've seen it done.
It's something like this.
I've seen it done. It looks pretty cool.
My wife's a dancer. She'd be able to better show you.
Right.
But I mean, yeah, the Charleston. And then the Charleston kind of parlayed into like all-night dance-a-thons.
Yes.
Where a huge fad of the 1920s is they had contests to see how long you could dance with your partner for. And it wasn't like 20 minutes or a couple, it was like literally all night long. And people were falling asleep on the dance floor trying to win these prizes. And they were cash prizes at the time.
So we bring up high school. When we went to high school, so in 1924, this was Mr. Kogan at his first dance-a-thon, all right?
Girls wouldn't go to the dance with me.
Yeah, they would. So now, he was actually doing pretty well at the beginning of the night. This was me, and 20 minutes into this dance-a-thon, not quite the stamina, okay? I want to say that's tyranny. Looks like it, all right, with the hair. Now, here's another one. Flagpole sitting. I'll say it one more time. Flagpole sitting. You climbed up to the top of a flagpole and you sat.
For as long as you could. And as you'll see in the video that I posted or will be posting, I mean, the boy who set the record was up there for days. You know, I don't know how, but yeah, that's what you would do.
Now, people always go, okay, well, this is kind of ridiculous, this is kind of silly. And like, we look at recent memories. You know that guy, remember that guy, David Blaine? I mean, he's still doing stunts where he was like in a...
Oh, yeah, like...
He was under ice.
Froze
for like
himself in
hours,
ice.
Hung upside down or
Yeah.
something. Did anything come to mind for you in recent memory of people doing ridiculous stunts? I mean, Evel Knievel, I could say, but, you know, I'm trying to think. And recent memory...
No, it's just all those challenges you guys do. Like... Hey, let's do this
that's
challenge.
true, yeah.
Film
Good point.
ourselves doing it and posting it.
Yep.
This was what if
Yeah.
Instagram and YouTube were around back then, you would film yourself sitting on a flagpole for as long as you
Hold
could.
on, wait a minute. The park, what is it? The park thing where they jump on...
Oh, parkour?
Yeah, there we go.
Or planking?
Yeah.
It was like,
no,
yeah.
but they'll go on top of buildings and do like flips and all that
Yeah.
ninja stuff,
Yeah.
and they'll film it.
Yep.
They're able to do a flip while they're doing a selfie on it. That's pretty cool. All right, so we get into games. Yep, this is advanced technology, your crossword puzzle.
This involved words and letters and things I really wasn't very good at. I think Mahjong was another big thing in the 1920s.
Probably.
Yeah, there it
Oh,
is.
look at
The
you.
game Mahjong, yeah. Again, this is something, to keep yourself entertained for a short period of time. I think it was really big among the moms of the 1920s.
I don't know how to play it.
It's like you had to find the matching tile. This one matches that one, so you remove it, and then you, yeah.
This is like a young people game because I can't even see this. All right. Now, when it comes to flappers, this is pretty interesting because you start, and we'll probably address this separately. When we're looking at women, and we looked at advertisements in the previous lesson where we're talking about how advertisers were still looking at women as like, you know, taking care of the women, taking care of the children, they were thinking themselves, and the household chores. But with women, you start to see a little bit of a change in fashion as well, where you're going to notice the hair's going to get short, the shorts, the dress is going to get shorter, red lipstick.
A lot of it comes from the fact that women now, for the first time, feel empowered. Why?
Just got the right to vote.
Just got the right to vote.
Yep.
You know, many historians date back to the 1920s and these flappers as the beginning of the feminist movement. You know, women for the first time having that empowerment of being like, I don't need to do what men tell me to do. And like we start to see dresses, they get shorter and shorter. Their hair gets shorter, they're wearing more makeup, they're wearing more jewelry.
Now, I mean, if you think, right, I mean, this starting to like switch out is the Seneca Falls Convention, 1848, marks the beginning of that right to vote. It's 1919, you finally get the right to vote. So again, you're going to start to, I guess, rebel, go against tradition. Now, with flappers, I love this. Because if you get stuck with this on a test, I'm going to give you a cartoon character who is your textbook definition of a flapper. And this is actually pretty interesting. I forget the cartoonist's name, but he had a crush on this woman. Her name was Helen Kane. She sang a song, and in the song, at a certain point, she went boop, boop, doop, doop, whatever, right? Now, this guy had a crush on her. He bases his cartoon character off of her. Now, notice, red lipstick, the eyes, the eyelashes, short hair.
Short
Who am I
dress.
thinking of? Betty Boop.
Yep.
That's your textbook example of a flapper. Short skirt, red lipstick, short hair, right? The eyelashes as well. Now, when it comes also to women's fashions, we see more of hats. You see that with men as well. Shorter hair, you can also see in this advertisement. Even the skirts, the dresses.
Yeah, these are your typical flapper girls. You know, these beaded dresses that they're wearing, shorter dresses that they're wearing. more liberating to the women.
The accessories or bling or I don't know. I'm kind of getting like an education on accessories, like the necklaces and whatnot. I know there was some pretty cool stuff on. No.
I got 4 boys. I don't know.
Okay, all right. Well, my wife is kind of like she's chipping away at the Neanderthal, and the women we work with are helping us out with like necklaces and scarves. But you also kind of see that as well with the men. Oh, there's more than women. Jump the gun
They're
here.
here somewhere.
What?
They're here somewhere, the men.
Well, even the advertising as well, and I'm glad that I screwed up on that. If you look here, the advertising, you're starting to see it to shift towards women as well, all right? The car for the business girl, for the girl in business, so that starts to shift. 2-passenger car, so you're starting to see that starting to shift.
I know we have men here somewhere.
We do have men here. So now, here's the thing with the dresses. Oh yeah, see the accessories I was talking about? Yep, see? Even the curled hair. Now, when it comes to the men, the clothing here with the guys, personally speaking, I thought this was pretty cool. You had the ties, the boat, not too much the bow ties, the three-piece suits, the starched collars, the
Suspenders
carnation.
were big.
Yeah. I actually, a couple of years ago, went to a Roaring 20's party. All right?
No.
Yes, here we go.
Look at him.
Okay, so now here's the thing. Before you judge, there's this place in Port Jeff.
Is that a fake Tommy gun?
Yeah, it is.
Or is this gangster
And you pull the
Mr.
trigger.
Heat? Are you like Al Capone?
Totally.
It's so cute.
Okay, you're going to judge, but here's the thing. I'm going to tell you where this place is located. It's in Port Jeff, Antique House. There's an elderly woman who wears it, and I guess it's across from the Port Jeff Theater there. So they probably do a lot of costumes. So my wife, she's getting clever. We go out and we check out this place. They had things for everything. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. You're going to leave here, and I'm going to tell you they have colonial stuff there on the way home. As soon as this place opens, you're dressing up as either Sam Adams or Paul Revere and getting selfies in there.
Alexander Hamilton.
So before you judge, but yeah, the suspenders were cool. They had the armbands as well,
Nice.
the tie, these things.
Nice.
Totally forgot what the heck they were. And they even gave me like a silver cigarette case that I didn't really use and a flask, but we'll get to that when we're talking about alcohol being banned. Are we missing anything here?
No.
Yeah, even my wife got in on it because I had to bring a date. Well, actually, she had to bring a date, so she even the curls was going with that. And so
Yeah, just fads and fashions. They come, they go. Some of them stay for a longer period of time. Some of them even come back.
some of them
Crocs,
stay too long.
Crocs need to go away,
They do.
though.
They
They
do.
really, really do. I think we're done for the weekend. Mr. Egan and I will get back to this on Monday. Stay safe. Stay safe.
Yeah.
Wash your hands. Go outside. Read a book.
Do some work
Any
around
of those
the house.
things.
Do some work around the house.